Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Brendan Rodgers versus Solskjaer. Who will come out on top? Brendan Rodgers has beaten Solskjaer twice as Leicester manager, and Solskjaer has beaten Rodgers twice as Manchester United manager. Now, I've got to give Brendan Rodgers credit. I think he's a good manager. He's transformed Leicester. At Leicester, Brendan Rodgers has won the Community Shield, and he's also won the FA Cup. Brendan Rodgers has been in charge of Leicester for almost 3 years. He's under contract with Leicester until 2025. Before Leicester, Brendan Rodgers managed Celtic. He won a few trophies at Celtic. Before then, he managed Liverpool. He enjoyed one good season at Liverpool. Before, he's managed Swansea, and he did well at Swansea. Revert back to what I said before, when Rodgers managed Liverpool, he emulated the football that I produced at Swansea. Before, Rodgers has managed Reading, he's managed Watford, and a long time ago he managed Chelsea's youth, so he's managed quite a lot of clubs. It recently said that Brendan Rodgers was the favourite for the Newcastle job, because Newcastle are planning on sacking Steve Bruce. But Brendan Rodgers rejected the Newcastle job. Before Brendan Rodgers, Leicester had Puel. They sacked him. And before then, they had Claudio Ranieri, and Leicester won the Premier League under Claudio Ranieri. Leicester have got a good squad. Obviously, one of their key players is Iheanacho. I think he'll be in contention to play in this game today. Jamie Vardy, he's also a good player. I think he'll be playing today. Jamie Vardy risen up from non-league football, and Vardy's obviously emulated to that level what he wanted to emulate to. Jamie Vardy scored a few times against Man United. Leicester have also got Harvey Barnes. He's a left winger. I think he'll be playing today. Leicester have also got Lookman. Could be involved today. Leicester got Lookman in this year's summer transfer window. They've got him on loan. They got him from RB Leipzig. Leicester have also got Boubakary Soumaré. They brought him in the summer transfer window. They've also got Patson Daka. They got him in the summer transfer window. Another one of Leicester's key players is James Maddison. I think he'll be involved in this game today. Leicester got James Maddison from Norwich. They paid around 20 million for him. He's an attacking midfielder. Man United were linked with James Maddison a while ago. Leicester have also got Youri Tielemans. I think he's Leicester's most expensive signing or one of their most expensive signings. Leicester got him for like 40 million, I think, with add-ons included. At one point, Leicester did have him on loan, but then Leicester decided to get him permanently. Man United have been tentatively linked with Youri Tielemans. Leicester have also got Wilfred Ndidi. He won't be playing today because he's out with injury. That's bad news from a Leicester perspective, but on the other side of things, it's good news from a Manchester United perspective. Manchester United have recently been linked with Wilfred Ndidi. Leicester have also got James Justin. I don't think he'll be playing today because James Justin is out with injury. I think they got James Justin from Luton. Leicester have also got Marco Brighton. He's another attacking player. You know, he could be involved in this game. They've also got Chaudhary. Leicester have got Luke Thomas. He's a left back. They've also got Armati. They've got Timothy Caskini. He's a defender. They've got Bertrand. They got Bertrand in the summer transfer window from Southampton. They've also got Vestergaard. They got him in the summer transfer window. Leicester have got Johnny Evans. He was recently out with illness. Johnny Evans is one of their centre-halves. If Evans plays today, he'll be reuniting with Manchester United, because don't forget, we had Johnny Evans for 7 years. Another one of Leicester's centre-halves is Fofana. He's out with injury. Mendy, he's also out with injury. Leicester have also got Ricardo Pereira. He's good. And Leicester's first choice goalkeeper is Kasper Schmeichel. Like I've said to you, Leicester have let good players go. They lost Ben Chilwell to Chelsea last year. They lost N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater to Chelsea. Chelsea have done good business with Leicester in recent years. They lost Raheem Mahrez to Man City back in 2018. They lost Harry Maguire to us back in the summer of 2019. Leicester did get 80 million for him. I think Dennis Pryor also left them, but Leicester have found adequate replacements for all of them departures. Leicester beat us twice last season. They beat us in the FA Cup quarter-final 3-1 at the King Power Stadium, and they beat us in the Premier League at Old Trafford 2-1. But like I mentioned, Solskjaer heavily rotated in that game. It was 2-2 in the league at the King Power Stadium last season. But Leicester have enjoyed a poor start to the Premier League season. They are sitting 13th at the moment. Leicester drew their last game 2-2 with Crystal Palace before the international break. Leicester threw a 2-goal lead away in that game. But I'm expecting Manchester United to win this game. The main reason is because we've got a very good away record in the Premier League. We are unbeaten in our last 29 Premier League away games, is it? We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January 2020. This is a must-win game for Manchester United against Leicester. We're coming into this game against Leicester in a bad vein of form. Manchester United have only won 2 of the last 6 games in all competitions. Manchester United are winless in the last 2 league games. Manchester United drew the last game with Everton 1-1 at Old Trafford. That was before the international break. Don't forget, Gary Neville said that Ronaldo was annoyed with Solskjaer. After Man United's 1-1 draw with Everton, Ronaldo stormed down the tunnel. And Solskjaer got heavily criticised for not starting Ronaldo against Everton. Solskjaer did say though that he had no regrets over not starting Ronaldo. I'm definitely expecting Ronaldo to start today. Obviously, Raphael Varane will be missing today's game. Raphael Varane is out with a groin injury for a few weeks. Varane came off injured in France's Nations League final against Spain. Varane went down holding his leg. He got replaced in the 43rd minute by Dayot Upamecano. And Harry Maguire is going to be missing this game today. I heard that he has recovered from that calf injury, but he's not yet returned to full training. So they're the only players that are out. Rashford is obviously back. He's in contention to play today. Solskjaer's not too sure though if Rashford's going to start or not. So there you go. Like I said to you yesterday, Solskjaer's daunting run of fixtures. Can his Manchester United defence cope? Man United will face Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, Man City, Arsenal and Chelsea in the next 45 days. So it's a make or break period for Solskjaer. Obviously we know Solskjaer is under pressure. But earlier on this season, he said Man United are still fully committed to Solskjaer and have no plans to replace the club legend as manager despite a topsy-turvy start to the season. Daily Mail said not so long ago that Solskjaer's future as manager could depend on the next 10 games. But the vast majority of Manchester United fans are Ollie out. Maybe there's still some Man United fans that are Ollie in. Solskjaer has no more excuses. He's run out of excuses. Obviously, we've got a very good squad. It's a title-winning squad, so in reality, we should be winning the Premier League this season. Plus, Solskjaer received very good backing in the summer transfer window. John Murtough backed him. John Murtough is our director of football, and we made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes we needed at the club. John Murtough did recently say that we need to keep control and we will not deviate from the plan. He believes we're going in the right direction under Ollie. Darren Fletcher also backed Solskjaer in the summer transfer window, and we certainly made the right decision recommending Darren Fletcher back in, because Darren Fletcher knows the club through thick and thin. He endured 2 decades as a player for Man United. Ed Woodward has also backed Solskjaer. Well, Woodward did say a long time ago that he'd back Solskjaer, and he showed that Solskjaer's job was safe even when we was enduring them bad periods when Ollie was close to getting sacked. Woodward is leaving Manchester United. It got announced he was leaving back in April when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. By the way, in January, Richard Arnold will replace Ed Woodward as the executive chairman. The Glazers also backed Solskjaer in the summer transfer window, but only because they'd been persuaded to. Because as you all know, towards the end of last season, the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. And reflecting on that, there was Man United fans protesting against the Glazers at the Carrington training ground and outside Old Trafford, but obviously Ollie revealed that the Glazers apologised. Towards the end of last season, it said the Glazers could have been forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. It said the other week that the Glazers are selling 8% of Manchester United, and the shares that are worth 137 million. The Glazers have been at Manchester United since 2005. They've been with us now for like 16 years or so. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. And you know what? Man United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. We made 4 signings. We brought Tom Eaton in on a free from Aston Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. And we re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo after 12 years. We spent around 141 million in the summer transfer window. Solskjaer's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. Revert back to what I've said before. I think Solskjaer has to win a trophy at Manchester United this season to basically save his job. Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. And earlier on this season, Solskjaer did mention that we must leave a legacy of silverware. Well, Solskjaer's ambition for this season's to win the Premier League, and I'm very sceptical that we're going to win the Premier League under Ollie. I think a lot of United fans are very sceptical about it. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's 8 years ago now. You know, this season is Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager, and I did mention at the start of this season that this season was going to be massive for him because he's got big expectations to exceed. Obviously, our board must think Ollie is the long-term manager for Man United. That explains why Solskjaer got given a new contract until 2024 in the summer. We made a mistake giving him that contract because I can assure he won't see it out, and a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. Solskjaer will be celebrating 3 years as Manchester United manager in December. Reflecting how long he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job, but there's still plenty of things Solskjaer's got to learn because he's still a young coach. Obviously, there's a lot of United fans that have got strong reservations about Solskjaer's decision making. Well, analysing the vast majority of the games Solskjaer's managed at Man United, he's been tactically naive. Well, maybe there has been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to do that persistently. And Solskjaer doesn't have a proven pedigree as a manager. That's also a reservation as well. Before us, Solskjaer managed Molde. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde, but they're not a big club. He won a few Norwegian titles with Molde, and before then he was at Cardiff, and Solskjaer's record at Cardiff was terrible. He only enjoyed a short tenure with Cardiff. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got them relegated. But I am surprised that Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager. The reason he's still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved his job. Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. To be honest with you, we give him the job too soon. Maybe we should have waited until the end of that particular season to decide or not whether he'd be the right candidate. But it was hard not to say he wasn't getting the job permanently when he did well in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. You know, Ole is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson, because since Ferguson we sacked 3 managers. We sacked Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club because we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers. Now, I recently give you the news on Paul Pogba. Andy Mitten from The Athletic said that Manchester United have offered Paul Pogba a £400,000 a week contract to stay at Manchester United. It would see Pogba become the 2nd highest earner at Man United. Pogba receives £290,000 a week at the moment, and Pogba's current contract at Man United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract. Earlier on this season, it said that Pogba was very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer. But the other week, it did say that Paul Pogba wants to stay at Manchester United and he wants to sign a new £400,000 a week contract. And Paul Scholes has backed Paul Pogba to stay. Now, it recently said that Paul Pogba was offered to Barcelona. League 10 Sport recently said that PSG are ready to offer £500,000 a week in wages to Pogba if Pogba decides to leave Man United next summer. PSG couldn't get Pogba in this year's summer transfer window because they got Lionel Messi. Pogba the other week refused to rule out a Juventus return. He did admit that he always speaks to his ex-Juventus teammates. Earlier on this season, Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola suggested that Pogba could return to Juventus from Man United on a free next summer. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United, and Spanish publication AS said that Real Madrid are now back in the race to sign Pogba on a free transfer when his contract at Man United expires at the end of the season. Real Madrid think Pogba could help convince Mbappe to join next year. Real Madrid have been relentlessly linked with Pogba before. A couple of years ago, Pogba spoke about Real Madrid and his relationship with Zinedine Zidane. And Inter Milan have been in for Pogba before, so Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. But you know what? Pogba has enjoyed a very good start to the Premier League season. He's already got 7 assists. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season as well. But at one point last season, don't forget, Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while and he sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. Pogba did well on international duty with France. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. We paid 89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. We did have Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Yesterday I gave you the news on Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard is a target for Barcelona and AC Milan. That's according to ESPN. Jesse Lingard recently rejected a new Man United contract offer because of 2 players. Well, it said last month that Lingard rejected a Man United contract over playing time concerns. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires at the end of the season. He's played a few times this season, Lingard, but he doesn't get in the team much. Solskjaer said in his press conference, building up to this game against Leicester, that he wants, obviously, Lingard to stay. And he said prior to the West Ham game in the league earlier on this season that Lingard will be a Man United player next season because he's red through and through. Don't forget, last season Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham. But I'm expecting Manchester United to offload quite a few players next year. I think there's a very good chance Martial's going to go. I think Cavani and Mata will leave next year. There's a very good chance Donny van de Beek's going to go in January because Donny van de Beek's not getting enough game time at Man United. He did recently say, though, that Solskjaer's private view on Van de Beek became public. Solskjaer still believes Van de Beek has an Old Trafford future. I think Lingard will go next year. I think Tellez will leave next year. Jones and Bailly, there's a good chance they'll leave next year. And I think Dalot will leave next year. And I'm hoping Manchester United will sell Fred next year. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. I'll be on for match reaction later on. If you do consider subscribe, the channel name's Red Devil 24. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very soon.